said you were bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that
She's
is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. And so it's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in.
Snow White is running for president.
I'm launching my campaign.
Hey, Ron Book World Entertainment. And if you haven't seen the latest on the picket lines with the actor strike, none other than Rachel Zegler, our brand new Snow White, or should that be Snow Not So White, has made a statement which is going down like a lead balloon for just its stupidity. Now, this comes in the wake of her saying a bunch of things that have been so stupid, such as blasting the movie she's a part of, not her version but the original, calling it outdated and all the rest. Don't believe me? Hear her say it herself.
Amazing to work with her as well.
The reality is that the cartoon was made 85 years ago, and therefore it's extremely dated when it comes to the ideas of women being in roles of power and what a woman is fit for in the world. And so when we came to reimagining the actual role of Snow White, it became about the fairest of them all, meaning who is the most just and who can become a fantastic leader. And the reality is, Snow White has to learn a lot of lessons about coming into her own power before she can come into power over a kingdom.
Yeah, so like the movie is like so old and blah blah blah. My good God. And yet, she calls it a classic. She also says how much she loved that movie growing up when she said, don't send me the messages showing people complaining about me playing the character of Snow White. I've grown up loving this movie, blah blah blah, and put up pictures of herself dressed as Snow White when she was a kid, like at the age of 6, maybe even younger. The irony about that is that automatically destroys her argument for the whole you have to be able to see yourself. However, her saying she was always a lover of the movie and a massive fan, not quite accurate. Have a look.
And so special.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. Like, I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again. So I watched it for the first time in probably 16, 17 years when I was doing this.
Yes. She was terrified and only ever watched it once until she got the role. Not exactly a super fan then, are you? Well, her stupidity continues. Now, let's keep in mind, she's only 22. But my God, does she prove that this generation are as dumb as a bag of hammers. Have a look at what she said on the picket line.
If I'm going to stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
Now, you might not have been able to hear exactly what she said because the audio is a bit crap in that video. What she says is, if I'm going to stand there for 18 hours in a dress of the iconic Snow White, then I deserve to be paid for every hour that the movie is streamed online. So she's now complaining that she's dressed as Snow White for 18 hours a day. That's really interesting. And it's really interesting because of this.
You're crying on that stage.
When am I not crying in public? It's so upsetting.
Why were you crying?
Oh my gosh, I saw we didn't even see.
overwhelming.
We didn't even see,
It's
but I saw the
overwhelming.
logo and I went, "That's my name. Snow White's up there," and I cried my eyes out.
What was it like seeing yourself for the first time in full Snow White drag?
I love that description. It's perfect. Oh my God. Well, when you get to wear Sandy Powell, first of all, insane. And then you get to be lit by Mandy Walker and Nadia Stacey designed your hair and makeup. It's like the most incredible thing in the world. And then all of a sudden you open your eyes and you watch the playback, which I never do. And I saw myself on screen and I just wanted to throw up. I was so happy about it. And it
Yeah,
was
so
the most
here she's praising the fact that she was in this dress, that she was working with this stylist, and how fantastic it was, and oh my God, she couldn't believe that she was having the chance to do it. Now she's saying she deserves to be paid for every hour that movie is streamed online because she had to wear the dress 18 hours a day. Bit strange, that, isn't it? The irony is she's complaining about wearing a dress for 18 hours. Gal Gadot had to sit in a makeup chair for 4 hours. That's before she got into costume.
I must say that for me, also the transition for the old hag was incredible because it was all real prosthetics and all of that. And
chair for like 4
4
hours.
hours and changing the voice and everything. I feel so.
Yes. So Gal Gadot spends 4 hours getting makeup on, and then however long she gets the costume on, and then works obviously longer than 18 hours a day because you're adding an extra 4 onto her getting the makeup on, and then you're probably adding another 1.5 to 2 hours to take the makeup off. But Rachel Zegler is saying she deserves to be paid for every hour. And the funny thing is, some have called out Ziegler's entitled statement, while others said that her argument is fundamentally what SAG and the WGA members are striking for. No, they're not striking to be paid for every hour that something is streamed. They're fighting to be paid up front. The extras and add-ons up front from streaming. Problem is, you're not going to get money for streaming because there is no money in it streaming. These people are so out of touch. And this little moron is just exactly that. A full-on moron who wants to be paid every hour that this movie streams. Wow. What can you say? But what a joke. What a moron. And this movie is going to fail anyway. So she's gone from praising being in the dress to complaining about being in the dress. It's no longer about wanting the man. Okay, who cares about she's not getting saved by the prince, but it's the fundamental change to the character and everything else that has happened. You have Peter Dinklage casting 7 dwarfs jobs. You have her being cast as Snow White, even though the name is because of the colour of her skin. You have her talking about she's dreaming of being a leader and all this garbage. And then you're just watching her spew out crap like, I want to be paid for every hour. Jesus. Ah, what a moron. Stay on strike. Jesus Christ, stay on strike. Anyway, with that, I'll leave it there for this one. So cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.